Happy noon hour. This is Andrea in Michigan with the doctor's call that we have every Tuesday at noon Eastern Time. And today we have Dr. Kurt on here and Dr. Kim Schenkweiler. I just want to mention that it's pretty awesome because I know a lot of people have paid for doctor consultation visits. And here we have every Tuesday information from very, let's call them famous doctors in their field. And they come on and take time to share their information every Tuesday with us about natural remedies and conditions in the body and functions of the body. So I'm really happy that you're taking the time out of your busy lives to do that for us. So welcome, Dr. Kurt and Dr. Kim.
Well, thanks, thanks, Andrea. I was going to call you Dr. Andrea. So, but you're not there yet, right?
Not yet, almost. If I keep listening to you guys, I might be.
Well, hopefully it'll rub off and you'll become a doctor. You know, and being a doctor, you know, the word doctor means teacher, and really that's what we're doing. That's why I'm always so happy to be on this call on Tuesdays, because it does give me that chance to go out and teach, and I know Dr. Kim feels the same way. And you know, what a great thing we're able to do with talking about aging and healthy aging and really age reversal. You know, I don't want to call it anti-aging because the word anti means stop, and if you stop aging, then that means that you're dying. And we don't want to die. What we want to do is we want to anti-age. We want to reverse aging. And so really what we're talking about on this call is age reversal. How do we get younger? And Dr. Kim, you had a birthday last week. So how does it feel to on the calendar know that you got 1 year younger by the calendar, but really on the inside, you know, you got younger in the last year? You know, you started taking the Sisel AGE product last summer, and here you are. You can honestly tell all of your patients and your friends, you didn't get a day older on your birthday. You got younger. What do you think?
You know, that's exactly what I tell my patients when I talk to them about the AGE pill, because I really, truly believe it. Every day my cells are getting younger, and it's starting to be pretty visible in the mirror. Not that I'm very, that narcissistic or, hung up on looking in the mirror, but there's been a few times where I've caught myself looking at the mirror and saying, damn, that looks a lot different than it used to. It really does work. And people are excited about it. You know, we had our first seminar last Tuesday night on our stem cells, and you know we are encouraging every one of our patients or clients or people that want to do stem cell injections to get on the AGE product at least 2 to 4 weeks before getting the transplant done. And I started explaining to them why we want that to happen, and I probably opened the door I shouldn't have, because they couldn't stop asking questions about the AGE pill and what it can do for them. So it was quite an eye-opening experience. There's a lot of people out there that really want the information that we have, but they just don't know it exists yet. So the next time you think that, I got to make one more phone call, or how am I going to get this out to people to want to listen to? Don't think that way. People want this information. They need this information, and we're the ones that give it to them.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it, Dr. Kim. You know, as you're talking, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, last Friday we had another conference call. It was kind of a team call, and we did testimonials. And holy cow! I know, Rennie, you were on it, and Andrea and Margaret, you were all on the call that we did last Friday. I mean, just what a fantastic call. Andrea, weren't you just blown away by all the great testimonials that we had?
Yeah, it was great. And you tried to close the call, and we had people who figured out how to star 6 and get on, and we had, I don't know, 2 or 3 more testimonies because people were so excited about what was happening with them.
Oh, it was that was part of the exciting part, Andrea, right? I mean, every time I said, well, thanks everybody, thanks for being on the call, and then somebody else would chime back in. They'd say, wait, I want to give my story, and I just thought, wow, what an exciting call. We got so many people that want to tell their story that we're having to extend the call, and the call ended up going almost 80 minutes long with testimonials. I had to, in order to put it on YouTube, I had to split it into two recordings.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
and
so
Dr. Kim, you're experiencing what so many of us experience, is that we start opening our mouths and sharing about age reversal and the age pill, and people are clamoring for information about it.
Yeah, it's
really
amazing. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Dr. Kurt.
Well, I was just going to say that we live in a time right now that the understanding of the fundamental causes of biological aging, I mean, we're really starting to get a really good understanding of it, and this knowledge, it's enabling us to investigate and measure the effectiveness of different interventions, so we can actually take and we can give people the age pill, we can give people the brain vitality, we can give people the Sisel Inner Chi product, and then we can go back and we can say, is it working? Isn't that just, it's just so much fun. I just get excited inside just talking about it. It just makes me I just have this abundance of energy every time I talk about it. And now we're seeing headline news everywhere, when it's not talking about politics, which, I wish they'd quit doing that. And they start talking about this longevity and the anti-aging, because you can't go into a supermarket without looking at all the magazines on the rack, and every single one of them, you start looking, every single one of them has something about age reversal, get younger, feel younger, look younger. Doesn't it just blow you away, Dr. Kim?
Yeah, it really does. And then when you see the results in yourself, and I'm fortunate in having patients that I put on the age pill, and I got a few older ladies that we put on the age pill, and I didn't see them for 3 or 5 weeks, and they came in last week, and it just absolutely floors you when you look at them and see how much younger they look, and it's just an amazing thing. The change that can happen to somebody when they start, getting rid of the glycation and start getting the nutrients in, and no, we've got an amazing tiger by the tail here with this age pill. It really needs to get out. People need to find out about it.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Kim, one of the things that I talk to people about is that, for the last 100, 200 years, we've been really working on disease intervention. How do we stop smallpox? How do we stop polio? How do we stop this? How do we stop that? And I think we've done such an effective job that people are living longer. Whether you want to give the credit to vaccines or antibiotics or better, hygiene, whatever, whatever you want to give the credit to, that's up to you. But the thing about it is that, we have made strides in that. And so now we're concentrating, we're focused on how do we get it so people can stay, healthier longer. So if you're living long, how do you stay healthy? How do you stay young? And one of the things that we know when we talk about aging is that it creates an alteration in signaling. It creates an alteration in the signals that the cells send back and forth. And when you have disrupted cell signaling, you start to have the senile degeneration, but you also start to have, and this is one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, was that you have these unwanted body fat stores in your body. And really, until recently, we started having a real good understanding of what's going on with the aging process. We really didn't have anything that we could do that we could mitigate the malfunctioning in the cell-to-cell signaling. And so now the scientists are really starting to work on that, and there's published laboratory data they're saying that we can use this signaling to facilitate leaner body mass, improve cognition, which we hear every day with people that are taking the AGE pill. They can think better, they have better memory, reduced inflammation, more youthful gene expression so that their body's actually going back to being younger, and then just the cell signaling. But when we're youthful, our cells, they emit signals that enable the cells to function at peak performance. And you'll see on the front of the Sisel catalog, it says high-performance products for high-performance people. That's what it says on the front of our catalog. And that's because they understand that this signaling is so important. But one of the effects of restoring healthy signaling is the reduction in excess fat storage. And it was published in 2016. They found that by supplementing with different kinds of supplements, you could actually reduce the body fat by 20 to 25%, 20 to 25% reduction. And what it does is it works with a hormone in the body that's called leptin. This is a hormone that induces satiety, which is it gets your body so you feel full after you eat. And I tell people that you notice how you eat certain foods, like carbohydrates. If you go to a pasta buffet, for example, and you eat a bunch of pasta and then you wait half an hour, you're hungry again. And because it doesn't trigger that leptin to be sensitized, and the leptin receptors become desensitized, and all of a sudden you start to be hungry all the time, and when you're hungry all the time, you start to eat more. And so, one of the things that Dr. Kim and I decided about a month ago, maybe a little longer than that, was that we were going to talk about what products work alongside of the AGE pill. What products work good? And so, Dr. Kim, I know you don't know the products probably as good as I do, just kind of you're getting familiarized with some of them yet. But have you ever heard of an extract called ashwagandha?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell me about
and
it.
do you know what ashwagandha does? One of the things that it does? Yeah, so ashwagandha actually has an extract in it called witherferin A, and what this extract does is it signals the body to tell the body, it tells that signal, that cell-to-cell signaling, it tells the body to burn the excess storage of fat in the body. So it works alongside of the aging process to make it so that your body can burn the fat the way that's supposed to. So what happens is that it works by suppressing these genes that cause abnormal fat storage, but it also helps to get rid of inflammation. And so guess what product we have ashwagandha in?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
I don't
How
know
about
either.
you, Andrea?
I don't know either.
What? Come on now. No, I'm just teasing all of you. It's actually in our Avenger product.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah, and so nobody would really think of that, and that's why I was kind of asking you, because I was thinking that, if you start asking most people, they don't think of the Avenger product as being an age reversal product, right? What do you think of Avenger for?
To stay healthy,
When you think
fight
of,
off disease.
what's that?
To stay healthy, keep your immune system up.
Get the immune system up, yeah, because it really was a product that was invented. It was formulated. Tom formulated it to help us with our friends and family, our patients that are suffering from Lyme disease, because it's got an ingredient in it called monolaurin, and what the monolaurin does in the amounts that we have in the Avenger is it melts this biofilm that they found that bacteria and funguses and yeast and unhealthy yeast and molds, they emit this biofilm. And what this biofilm is think of it, you know, like when I go out deer hunting with my bow and arrow, I put on camouflage and I try and blend in. I try and blend in with the trees and so that the deer don't see me as I'm sitting up in a tree. And you know, or if I'm walking along the ground, I want to blend in. Well, what biofilm does is it allows these bacteria and these viruses to actually blend in with the rest of your body, so your immune system doesn't recognize these invaders, these foreign invaders, as being abnormal. And so what the monolaurin does is it melts that biofilm, it melts that camouflage off of the bacterium, and it allows your immune system to attack it. And so that's a good thing for every one of us to be taking every single day. You don't have to have Lyme disease to take a product for that reason, because we're all exposed to in these foreign invaders, the bacteria, the yeast, the funguses, the mold, all these different things. Man, if you eat a piece of chocolate today, chances are you're going to get some mold just from that. They found that most commercially made chocolate has mold in it, and so there's a reason, if you like chocolate, you should be taking the Avenger. But the Avenger's got this ashwagandha in it, and what they found is that the extracts in ashwagandha, it helps to alleviate neuroinflammation. And Dr. Kim, I'm going to let you just kind of comment on that a little bit, you know, and I know I didn't send you any notes before I brought you on the call to say here's what we're going to talk about. But, I mean, you just think of inflammation of the brain. It can't be good, can it?
No, it's not a good thing at all. Inflammation anywhere is not a good thing, and it's probably the number one problem that people deal with is inflammation. So that's exciting news. You know, I'm learning these products from you, Doc, and thanks, because I haven't worked my way up to Avenger yet.
Yeah, well, Avenger is it's just a great product. I mean, think of some of these other things I'm going to mention that ashwagandha does. So ashwagandha, it decreases the levels of misfolded proteins by up to 39%. So it unfolds where your proteins start to fold upon themselves in the spinal cord. What they found, ashwagandha will unfold those proteins in the spinal cord by up to 39%. And aging causes this misfolding of the cellular proteins, and that causes an inability of the body to remove damaged proteins. And so what that's going to do is that's going to limit your maximum lifespan. It's going to cause a loss of youthful protein function and synthesis. And you're going to start hearing a word. It's called proteostasis. It's a term that you're going to start hearing in the future. You know, in the next couple of years, you're going to start hearing doctors. You're going to start seeing research written on proteostasis, and you go, hey, I heard of that word on the doctor's call. And youthful proteostasis involves optimal synthesis, folding, and removal of the bad proteins, the ones that have been damaged from inside the cells. And what that's going to do is that's going to reduce the loss of motor neurons by up to 60%. It's going to delay the progression of neuronal dysfunction, and all of that's going to cause an extension of your lifespan. Isn't that just really cool when you start hearing stuff like that?
I love it.
It is. Yeah. I get more and more impressed every day when I look at the entire product line that we get to deal with and have available to us. It's fun to. I mean, it's really exciting to find out what. Excuse me, I'm pulling into a parking spot, so I'm a little distracted. But I'm here. Okay.
Yeah, don't ram into anybody.
No, I don't want to do that. That's for sure. So, anyways, where I was at, I forget. But anyways, it's cool to learn all this stuff, man.
It really is, and you know, and the next product that I kind of want to mention, you know, as we're talking about products that work along with the age pill, you know, why does Sisel have this product, that product? Why don't we just? Somebody said to me the other day, why don't you just have the age pill? Why don't you build a whole company around the age pill? Well, the thing is that one product can't do everything, and so green tea extract. You know, green tea is really been something that's had a lot of research in it. They found that polyphenols that are found in green tea, they found that it helps with suppressing the development and aggressiveness of many different types of cancers, because just like fucoidan, just like resveratrol that's found in eternity, it has this anti-angiogenesis properties. And what that means when you hear the words anti-angiogenesis, it means that it cuts off the blood supply to tumors. And if you can cut off the blood supply to the tumor, guess what? The tumor can't grow. If the tumor can't grow, eventually it's going to go into apoptosis, which means that it's going to explode upon itself. And there's just so many things that green tea has with the polyphenols, and it really works with making your body again so that you're younger and younger and younger. And that's really what we want. We want your body functioning like it did in your youth. Maybe, for a lot of people, maybe it's even in a way. What if we can get them functioning better than they did when they were youthful? Because I was talking to my dad last night. I was saying, for a lot of us that are on the call, at least we grew up in a time when we were kids. We had we had unprocessed food. But nowadays, most of the young people, like I look at my kids, in their 20s and some of these kids in their 30s, they don't know what it's like to have a wholesome food. I mean, they've had so many processed foods that's all they have. And what happens is that when you have all these processed foods, it causes something to happen. And one of the most damaging effects is because of all this, all the processing, it causes the glucose levels to go up, and that causes the formation of something called advanced glycation end products, AGEs, and that's that's where we got the term for the AGE pill, was because of the advanced glycation end product. But it reacts when the sugar molecules react chemically with proteins. What it does, it alters their structure, it impairs the function, and when you take a look, your DNA is made out of proteins, and so it's going to cause a lot of problems. And so if you can get rid of these AGEs, if you can get rid of the abnormal folding of the protein in the spinal cord and in the brain, I mean, it's just all good stuff, isn't it, guys?
You said it, brother.
Yeah, I get so just worked up. Sorry, I don't even let you guys jump on and say anything.
That's okay.
That's all right. I'm in learning mode from you, brother.
It's just so fun. I'm sitting here. I've got my dining room table. I've got like 6 or 7 magazines laying here, and they're all anti-aging magazines that I'm trying to keep up with, and then I've got like 4 books laying here in front of the magazines, and I'm just trying to read all that stuff and keep up with it, and at the same time working on stuff in my house and trying to get everything ready, because before we know it, spring will be here, right?
We hope.
Yeah.
It's taken a while this year.
It really is. It really is. And everybody wants to have all kinds of energy in the summer. I mean, and for those of you, I know some of you that are listening to the call, you're down in states like Florida and California where you have nice weather. And so, you're already outside enjoying it and all that. Here, where Andrea and Dr. Kim and I live, we're waiting for it. And so we're really working on it. What do we do to get the energy up so I feel like I'm 30 again? Holy cow.
Take your AGE pill, brother.
Well, I was just looking. We're almost at the bottom of the hour here. Dr. Kim, one of the things I'd like to talk about next week, if this makes sense to you, why don't we concentrate a little bit on, what can we do to have better brain function? A lot of people have been asking me, what can we do to stimulate neurogenesis? What can we do to help the brain so it's got optimum function? What do you think if we kind of make that the topic of discussion for next week?
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
Sounds,
You know,
sounds like a
I'd
great
also like to
plan.
talk. I'd like to talk about just some techniques for taking the products. What can we take together? What can't we take together? If there's any I wouldn't say contraindications, but advice for timing of the products. Can we take the age pill with the Ficoid and stuff like that? So maybe one day soon we can do something like that too, because I want to learn that.
Okay. Well, why don't we talk about brain function next week, and then the week after, why don't we talk about the what products mix together?
Yep. Perfect.
Sounds good. That sounds good. Andrea, I was going to call you Dr. Andrea again. Dr. Andrea, do you have anything you want to add before the end of the call here?
No, but I just want to thank you for sharing all that awesome information that I'm sure the average person doesn't understand or know. And most of us don't have all those magazines and books on our desk or our table, so it's really great to have you share that information with us.
Well, thank you. And, like you pointed out last week, I mean, for those of you that just jumped on the call late and things like that, Andrea, how, all these products, they come from a great company by the name of Sisel. Do you want to tell a little bit about the company?
Yes. Sisel is a company that is headed by a biochemist named Tom Maurer. The corporation is out of Utah in the USA, and it has been Tom's mission for 30 years to create non-toxic, very effective products. And the more I learn about Tom and the more I learn about the products, I'm so impressed. When I first discovered Sisel, I was looking for a lot of non-toxic products. And when I ran across the company, I was like, oh, here they are, all in one place, But as I listened to videos on YouTube from Tom Maurer, and he explained the products, why he designed them and formulated them the way he did, and their effectiveness, I was even so much more impressed. And I'm really happy, and I'm sure we all are very happy to be connected with someone whose their life mission, really, his life mission, or I almost call it his art, has been to create these effective, high-quality products. It's like it's his passion. So I'm really excited about being connected with Sisel, and whoever invited you to this call, it would be great for you to reconnect with them and discover even more information.
You bet. Well, Andrea, thanks for that. Dr. Kim, thanks for jumping on. I know you got an appointment you got to run to over at the VA there. Have a wonderful day. Have a great day the week after your birthday. And for those of you that joined us, thanks for taking the time out of your day to be on the call. And for those of you who listen to the recording, share it with other people and let other people know that we do this every Tuesday. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.